Good day, everyone. Today, I'm presenting the make or buy case analysis for Apollonia Dental Services. And this analysis will determine the most profitable and strategic path forward for crown production. Apollonia currently produces two types of dental crowns in-house, all porcelain and the porcelain fused to metal. The company is operating a dental lab that uses aging equipment with no resale value and incurs significant fixed costs, specifically rent and supervision. We have received a competing offer from a local supplier to produce both crown types. Crucially, the supplier requires Apollonia to outsource both products. If we accept the proposal, it is mandatory bundled outsourcing package. So management must therefore decide whether to maintain internal production or to outsource both crown types. The central problem is straightforward. Should Apollonia make or buy its crowns? This is not a purely financial decision, so our recommendation must consider four major elements: the financial impact, quality implications, operational changes, and the long-term strategic effects of outsourcing. Our analysis is guided by four clear objectives. So, first, we must identify the most cost efficient option for crown production. Second, we must ensure we maintain our improved product quality and consequently dentist and patient satisfaction. Third, we aim to simplify operations without compromising reliability. And finally, we will provide actionable recommendations for implementation. To make an informed decision, we focused on these key areas. Cost relevance, we separate relevant avoidable costs from unavoidable costs. The depreciation and the aging equipment, for instance, is a sunk cost and must be ignored in this decision. Overhead savings, we quantify the fixed cost overhead savings, specifically the rent and the supervisor costs that are avoidable if we outsource. Qualitative factors, we must evaluate the supplier's reliability, the consistency of their quality, and their impact on our turnaround time. Strategic implications, we consider the risk of supplier dependency and the impact on our employees and facility utilization. We have two clear alternatives to evaluate. First is to continue internal production for both crown types. Second is outsource both crowns to the supplier, honoring the mandatory bundle outsourcing requirement. So for the SWOT analysis, it provides a strategic context for the financial numbers. Um, sorry. So we have the action, make in-house, by outsource. So for the strength, uh, it is internal, full control over product quality, maintains internal technical expertise. That is for make in-house. And the weaknesses for making in-house is higher unit costs for all porcelain crowns, reliance on aging equipment, and high overhead costs. For the buy or outsource, strength is to eliminate the need to maintain and operate the lab or the laboratory. Provides predictable fixed per unit pricing. And for the weakness for the in-house is loss of full control over quality, fit, and turnaround time. Outsourcing PFM crowns is more expensive than making them in-house. So strategically, outsourcing allows Apollonia to focus more on a core patient care instead of lab operations. So, however, the primary threat is a strong dependency on a single supplier, which introduces the risk of delays or quality problems of disrupting service. To summarize the core trade-offs, so in-house is cheaper for the fused metal crowns and that retains internal quality control. However, it comes with a higher cost for all porcelain crowns and means no savings on the avoidable fixed overhead. Outsourcing eliminates the supervisor and rent overhead, simplifies operations, and frees up facility space. The main drawbacks are the higher unit cost for fused metal crowns and the critical risk of supplier dependency. So for the financial analysis, let's focus on the numbers. We calculate the relevant cost to make the summing the direct materials, um, direct labor, variable overhead, and the avoidable portion of the fixed overhead. So for all porcelain, the total cost to make is $279.86. Since the supplier price is $265, outsourcing generates a savings of $14.86 per unit. For fused metal, the total cost to make $119.86. The supplier price of $145 means we incur an extra cost of $25.14 per unit if we outsource. On a per unit basis, we save on all porcelain but lose on fused metal. So the decision requires looking at the total annual impact. So here's the total annual impact. Now we factor in the annual volume. So the 2,000 units of all porcelain crowns yield annual savings of $37,150, or that's a product of 2,500 units, and the $14.86. The 1,000 units of fused metal crowns resulted in an extra cost of $25,140, or the product of the 1,000 units and the $25 point and 14 cents. Crucially, the net annual savings from the outsourcing both products is 12,010, um, from $37,150 minus 25,140, and the savings on the all porcelain crowns and the avoidable fixed costs outweigh the loss on the fused metal crowns. All right, so given the positive net financial outcome, our primary recommendation is to outsource both crowns types to the supplier. The reasons are compelling. So there is a clear net annual savings of 12,010 dollars. It eliminates the avoidable fixed costs associated with the lob. It simplifies operations and reduces the problems associated with aging equipment. So, to make the outsourcing successful, we must implement these steps. So, the supplier agreement. Immediately establish a strict supplier quality agreement covering defects limit and turnaround time. For the transition, conduct pilot orders before a full transition. Personnel reassign or retrain the existing internal lab staff, and facility repurpose the lab space for revenue generating use, such as the new consultation or the orthodontics rooms. Financial security, negotiate a price lock with the supplier for 3 to 5 years to secure the projected savings. And in conclusion, outsourcing provides Apollonia with long-term savings and operational efficiency. It allows the clinic to focus on its core dental services, which ultimately provides greater advantage than trying to save on the production of a single crown eye. So I think that's all, and thank you for listening.